Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all of you, depending on which part of the world you're joining us. Welcome to today's webinar with Informatica and one of our customers, Televisa Univision, who have built a strong data foundation to speed their decision making and supporting their AI/ML initiative. Our speakers today, so we have a distinguished list of speakers who would be sharing their experience and also some of the innovations that Informatica has been doing. We have Perumal Mathivan, who is the Director of Enterprise Integration and Master Data Management at Televisa Univision. We have Kannapiran R. He's the Director of Product Management at Informatica, and he takes care of some of our data integration product portfolios like InfaCore and Claire Copilot, etc. And myself, Preetham Kumar, I am the Director of Product Marketing for Data Integration. So we have a packed agenda today where I would be covering the data landscape that has changed in the last 20 years, why AI is becoming so important, what are the common AI challenges that is derailing organization to put AI/ML into action. And then I'll pass it on to Kanna, who is going to cover Informatica's innovations in the field of data management that addresses these AI challenges. And then followed up with Perumal, will be sharing his Televisa Univision success story, their journey with Informatica, and their overall reference architecture and all this good stuff. Followed up with, I'll have a fireside chat with Perumal from Televisa Univision on some of the use cases and also some of their data integration initiatives that they're driving, what is their roadmap and all those stuff as well. And then, of course, we have a CT and finally then some additional resources for all of you. Okay, so let's get started. So if you look at in the last 20 years, the data landscape has changed significantly. And that has to do with the kind of use cases organizations have been driving. To begin with, in the early 2000s, we see the on-prem data marts and data warehouses being predominantly used by organizations. And they were using these all on-prem systems to drive the descriptive and diagnostic analytics or BI use cases, wherein they want to understand what is happening in the data. Then came the evolution of social media, unstructured data, IoT, and all those stuff, which were not supported by the traditional on-prem systems. There was the evolution of this big data, and that was predominantly Hadoop data lake that became very popular, followed up with Spark as well. And that was driving your predictive analytics use cases for customers who wanted to know what is happening and what will happen in the data. And then there was prescriptive analytics use cases, which was driven by the cloud lakehouse architectures, which brings the best of both data warehouse and data lakes together, wherein the organization can do what will happen. And then, of course, now is the world of AI and generative AI in the last few years. And that has been driven with the evolution of data fabric, like architecture, like modern data architecture, like data fabric, which provides a unified data access and management to the organization. You can infuse intelligence with the metadata maturity and operationalize your all AI/ML models into production to put AI into action. So why is AI so important? AI is important because it gets the most out of your data. Now, I was mentioning before, the supply and demand of data both has increased significantly. Now, how the supply has increased? Supply has increased with the evolution of more and more data sources, whether it is structured, unstructured, streaming, applications, databases, legacy systems. And then, of course, the supply part. You have here the demand part, I'm sorry, where the data, initially it was only the IT organization who were accessing the data. Now it is your data analysts, line of business users, citizen integrators, they all have access to data. Now, in order to balance that demand and supply thing of the data, it is manually absolutely impossible for organization to drive it. Either they need a huge workforce of data engineers or data integration specialists to drive it, But then that will obviously cost, and if they leave, you need to retrain the new people, and that will have a lot of impact on the business processes. So by infusing intelligence and automation, organization can automate a lot of their mundane and repetitive stuff in the data integration process or the data management process, and the data engineers can focus more on the high productive business logic work actually out here. And of course, this gives you a capability to analyze varieties of data and high volume of data coming at extremely high speed, and also gives you an option to give you more accuracy as well, because you're automating this stuff, so there'd be a less chance of manual error out here. But having said that, any organization which you want to become an AI-fueled digital transformation in the digital transformation journey, they need these 4 pillars which you look out here to be successful. They need holistic data. They need to have a 360-degree view of the data. They need high quality trusted data. They need to democratize the data, and they need to have a governed data as well, so that there is no misuse or there is no violation of policies and all as well out here. And there is no AI without trusted data. And as you can see here, okay, poor data quality can fail your AI initiatives out here. And there are, for example, there are some examples out here which you can see. These are real examples, like Zillow Homes, whose machine learning models was giving high error rate because of incorrect data, and that cost millions of dollars to the company, almost like $3 and $4 million. Microsoft chatbot was spewing racist tweets, which was like having a very bad reputation to the organization. Then you look at the cost of poor data quality, it's 12.8 million per year for an organization. And then, of course, if you look at like in healthcare and a legal examples out here, it can have a catastrophic effect to them as well. Okay, like giving a wrong diagnosis to the patient, or for example, facing public sanctions. Okay, when it comes to your bad AI that leads to wrong support to the cases out here. So I spoke about the data needs AI and AI needs data in order to balance the supply and demand of the data. Now, the success of AI is dependent on the effectiveness of these trained data models. And these data models can only be successful if you have a strong data foundation. So let's see how it happens. If your AI to be successful, it's dependent on high quality, trusted, governed, and timely data, because any incorrect, missing, or incomplete data can have a bad effect on the models, whether it's AIML models or the LLM models for generative AI. Similarly, AI also needs data management as well. Okay? So if you want to prepare the data to meet the AI/ML model, you need to be able to quickly find it. So you have to infuse the AI into data management process to find the data easily. It should give recommendation to you, like what kind of data is appropriate for your usage. And we'll also share some examples later on in this webinar, okay, that how you can focus more on the business logic rather than focusing on the infrastructure, what engine to be used, and all those stuffs out here. And 75% of the companies have already integrated AI into their business strategies and have reworked their cloud plans to achieve AI success. But then the foundation for this is definitely having a strong unified data management platform, not going with multiple point solution integration providers and all, and then you are in the fix in stitching all of them together, which will add complexity and will also add cost to your organization. So with this, I'll pass it on to Kanna, who is going to deep dive into our Informatica data management cloud portfolio, some of the innovations, and followed up with Perumal will cover the Televisa innovation success story. So Kanna, over to you.
Thanks, Preetham. Hey all, myself Kanna, part of the product management team here at Informatica. Super excited to be here in this webinar sharing how IDMC can help you to navigate this complex data and AI landscape and make you successful and progress, accelerate your digital transformation journey. IDMC, as Preetham mentioned, it's a holistic, industry's most comprehensive and pervasive data management solution. Can help you to navigate some of very complex challenges and help you to accelerate to get value out of data, right? let me double click on the data integration capabilities, which is one of the key pillars for any AI project of IDMC platform, and share you some of the guiding principles that we typically take care in building some of the features and functionalities of these services. So our guiding principles are pretty simple. We wanted to give you an easy, efficient, cost-effective data integration for everyone and everywhere. When I say everyone, it means every skill set and everywhere for all the use cases and all the different data integration patterns and different data integration needs to make you successful in your digital transformation journey. Right? This is how we solve the silos in the data, people, and applications, and enable all these different people to collaborate seamlessly and drive towards autonomous decision making. We, being the leader in this data management space, have this purpose-built solutions and capabilities for every aspect of data integration, providing you maximum benefits with minimal resources. First, let's look at how we are making our platform easy, and these are some of the examples of how we have made our platform very easy. Like say for example, even the complex tasks like log-based change data capture, real-time replication, synchronization, advanced transformation using the power of Spark. Some of the SQL ELT capabilities, reverse ETL, real-time streaming, real-time analytics, all of these are very seamless and it can be easily done using our platform either through a simple wizard or setting up the configuration in a simple forms or a drag and drop experience. We have all these purpose-built engine as well as different transformations that can help you to do this seamlessly, right? And we also have different deployments and built-in data ops capabilities like advanced serverless deployment, which helps you to get started on day one without even worrying about any of the infrastructure planning and things like that, right? And we also support some of the advanced things like cross ecosystem ELT, right? Which is pretty needed when the enterprises are embarking on these multi-cloud kind of a strategy, and this automatically identifies and process your job in a most optimal way in this multi-cloud setup. And Spark, we all know the power of it in doing terabytes or petabytes data processing. And with our platform, it is so seamless that you don't have to even worry or know about any intricacies of Spark, and everything is being taken care by itself, right? And benefits, as you can see, there are immense benefits of using our platform, and these are all coming from our third-party research company, who analyzed some of our customer usage pattern, interviewed few customers, and yeah, as you can see, the easiness led to 90% faster development for replications, 65% reduction in time on the infrastructure and other planning using our serverless, and reduced maintenance time as well, right? These are a few examples of how we are making our platform efficient. Again, we have all the different purpose-built connectors, and we have the purpose-built transformations, which are hugely use case driven for very specific needs and highly optimized, and having different flexibility and customization options, providing maximum efficiency to our customers. And our CLAR engine is our backbone of all of our, the complete platform. And our CLAR engine, which is AI/ML Gen AI powered engine, which provides automations across our design time, runtime, and operations, providing you efficiencies in every life cycle, the complete life cycle of your job, right? And again, you can see some of the great benefits of 75% faster data processing, more performance, and also reduced latencies, as well as we have an example of a customer who was able to transfer 12 years of data in just one weekend. Our Cloud Engine is one of the key backbone and driving the efficiency across our platform. And this journey started way back many years before, right? Where AI was started to be embedded within our solutions, leveraging some of the purpose-built machine learning algorithms, natural language. Now we are leveraging the generative AI capabilities, in order to make these different services within our platform to be maximum efficient, providing you all the different insights, recommendations, and automations. And again, our Cloud Engine is all built on top of the 35 plus petabytes of data management metadata. Given Informatica has been leading in this space, understands every different use cases used by our thousands of our customers who are using at scale around trillions of transactions every month, right? So with all of these intelligence, Cloud Engine is uniquely positioned to provide you the unparalleled automation and all the different insights which otherwise doing manually will take years for you to do it. Third important thing is on the cost effectiveness, cost savings. As we all know, this cloud world not just gives you challenges in terms of just getting over the complex data landscape, but also in terms of cost and effective resource utilization. And FinOps is one of the key driving principles of our platform, where we provide you the best price to performance ratio, right? Based on your inputs, based on your preferences, we provide you the best possible way of processing a data pipeline. And then you get to choose and have that flexibility on how you spend your money, not just with Informatica processing, but also across the ecosystems, right? Ecosystem infrastructure, and we help you to save all of it, right? And then we also provide benefits by automatically choosing this specific or purpose-driven engine for your use case, be it SQL ELT, be it Spark, and we provide all of these different deployment methods as well as the rich formats. You don't have to really do any context switching with our platform. Everything is inbuilt, providing you a unified, holistic experience across your different use cases. In turn, saving you a lot of cost, improving your productivity, and net result giving you unparalleled return on investment, and providing you a big value out of data by using our platform. So far we saw how IDMC is providing you the easy, efficient, and cost-effective solution. Now let me double click and see how we provide tailor-made, customized experience for everyone, every data persona, irrespective of their skill set. Being it a business user who wants to discover the data asset for his to answer some of his business question, or it's an ETL developer, no-code developer who likes drag and drop, build some complex data management task, and then build some orchestration and so on. So we provide advanced integration. We provide cloud governance and catalog for discovery. We also provide InfraCore, which is our headless data management service for all these code pro personas who get to leverage all the benefits, all the innovation, all the simplification that we have it in our platform within their own programming interface without any context switching. Even data scientists, data engineers can leverage our Model Serve platform, which helps them to operationalize this AI and machine learning models seamlessly with a simple 3-step wizard. And we also have Data Marketplace, which provides an Amazon kind of an experience for your data for you to shop and get the data seamlessly for your different needs without compromising anything on data governance, privacy, and all of that. Everything is inbuilt and all present within a single unified platform, which means all these different personas can have different experience but still can collaborate and reuse the work that is being done with the other persona. Now let's look at how our platform supports data integration everywhere. So we provide best-in-class support for various different data integration pattern, be it ETL, ELT, SQL ELT, or Spark ELT, or reverse ETL. Whatever may be your use case, we have a native way of providing you that capability so that you don't have to, really think about what to use when and so on. Our IDMC platform has the deep integration with all the major cloud ecosystems. When I say integration, it doesn't mean just a partnership, but we kind of integrate at the next level, right? Where we deeply integrate, use the more of co-engineering to understand what are the specific APIs, what are the specific ways, best practices, all of that for each ecosystem is being embedded within our IDMC platform, providing best-in-class connectivity, ease of getting started with that ecosystem, no frictions, kind of helping different data personas as well, right? So that way, irrespective of any ecosystem that you use or multiple ecosystem that you use, IDMC platform provides you that capability to get the first class or first party experience of that ecosystem and the benefits and the value prop within the our platform without any inaccuracies or any challenges. Our platform supports all of the different data integration or data architectural patterns that are very popular nowadays, be it data fabric or data mesh, data lakehouse, modern data architectures, and so on and so forth. What we will do is we will double click on the data lakehouse architecture, which is nowadays kind of more common for the AI related use cases, which even Perumal from Televisa Univision will be double clicking on how they leverage the data lakehouse architectural pattern for solving some of the data management challenges. Now let me double click on how a lakehouse architecture could be implemented with the power of IDMC for both AI and advanced analytical use cases, and what all the different components of our IDMC platform helps in various different steps that are involved in implementing this architectural pattern. As you can see, there are multiple steps, right from discovery to ingestion to processing, to do advanced data processing, creating a curation layer within the cloud data lake, as well as some of the streaming analytics and streaming processing, and then building up the machine learning model, doing a data preparation for it. And all of these different needs and different capabilities, all of them are natively supported within our platform. And I'll be double clicking on each of them to tell you some of these services that can help you to achieve that particular use case or step. The first step is, in terms of discovery, in order to understand what data asset that we need to use for our AI initiatives. And we provide, built-in cloud data governance and catalog service, which helps you to seamlessly, understand more about your different data assets, their glossary meanings, who has access to what, their stakeholders, workflow process, and data quality rules associated with it, and how it is trusted, and so on and so forth. All these are available for you, any business user, to curate and understand, and then also to discover different data assets required for their AI needs. The next step is more on the ingestion, where our platform provides a unified ingestion to take the data from any data sources at any scale and any latency, can ingest into your cloud data lake or data warehouse. We provide a simple 4-step wizard to ingest data from any streaming sources or any databases, applications, any messaging services, and so on. And then you can take all the data, pick and choose the rules of moving the data, and also apply some transformation for doing some basic cleansing and standardization while ingestion into all these different cloud data endpoints that are available and supported by our platform. Next is data processing. For data processing, our IDMC platform provides various different cloud-powered FinOps optimized engine, be it Spark ELT, be it SQL ELT, or traditional ETL, and so on and so forth. What we can do is, with unified design time experience, all that you need to provide is your preference, and then based on your use case, based on your SLA, and based on your cost requirements, the Cloud engine will automatically pick up the right engine to process your data pipeline, irrespective of the different advanced capabilities that you may need, including hierarchical processing, some of the NoSQL and other cloud data lake and data warehouse processing. So that way you get the maximum benefit and efficiency for your data processing needs. Let me double click on the ELT capability. So we just don't provide just the SQL ELT, but also we provide ecosystem ELT, which means we use all the native ecosystem commands in order to process everything within the ecosystem. For example, if you have a data when ADLS Gen 2 and you want to process them into Synapse, so we use these native ecosystem APIs to do all the transformation and then load data back into Synapse, thereby providing you more 50x more performance, no zero egress cost, and it helps you to leverage the power of ecosystem in data processing. Next is Infacore, which is our headless data management initiative, more for Code Pro users like data engineers, developers who likes to code. Basically, Infacore helps you to access all of the IDMC capabilities within the programmer interface without any context switching. That way, we are bringing all the IDMC to these developers. This is extremely useful for your AI initiatives where you want to do the data preparation for AI, where you are preparing all the data and so on and so forth. All that could be done natively within your notebook interface. And with Infacore, you can also use Databricks, SageMaker, Google Vertex AI, and all of these different ecosystem-specific notebook interfaces and leverage our IDMC capabilities. Next, I'm going to talk about this model serve capability, which provides a simple wizard type of interface for you to operationalize any AI ML model. There are just 2 steps. One is registering your model. You can use any custom model, just upload it, register it, and then create a deployment. And that's it, right? So you get an endpoint that you can leverage to get value out of this ML model, both within Informatica platform and also within any third-party application. To summarize, we saw how IDMC platform provides the industry-leading capabilities for helping you doing all the different data management activities to successfully use it for your AI and advanced analytical use case. Now let me hand it over to Perumal of Televisa Univision to take us through their journey of IDMC and share some of the first-hand experience. Over to you, Perumal.
Thank you, Preetham. Thank you, Kannan. Hello, everyone. This is Parimal Mathivan, one of your speaker today. I'm the head of Enterprise Integrations and Master Data Management at Televisa Univision. I manage the backbone of our enterprise by providing shared integration services across US and Mexico and for all our domains. I'm also responsible for implementing a comprehensive master data management strategy and roadmap that aligns with our organization's business objectives. My primary vision revolves around constructing an effective integrated ecosystem and also to drive continuous improvements of MDM processes and technologies to ensure our organization's data is accurate, complete, and consistent, and be ready for the future. Thanks to Informatica for this wonderful opportunity to share our success story with everyone through this webinar. Who we are. Televisa Univision is the leading Spanish language media and content company in the world, serving Hispanics with nearly 60 TV stations across US, with 4 broadcast channels in Mexico, affiliated with 222 stations, and featuring the largest library of owned Spanish content, along with industry-leading production capabilities, serving our streaming, digital, linear television, and radio platforms. With top-rated broadcast networks in US and Mexico, Televisa Univision is the home of 36 Spanish cable networks and 24/7 live news channels. We are a content powerhouse across every genre and category, unprecedented offering of original Spanish language content, including dramas, comedies, variety programs, movies, musical, cultural events, educational programs, children's programs, sports and special events, as well as the trusted news program. Spanish language sports network. We are the #1 in both US and Mexico and the fastest growing sports property on TV. Televisa Univision has solidified its position as the home of soccer. Integration is the backbone of our enterprise functions. Before getting into the details, it is important to understand our data and its life cycle. We have 2 key assets of data, which is the fuel for our business. One is programming and its respective metadata, and the other is a customer data, which is our brands, advertisers, and agencies. Our focus is always to offer faster delivery of data with guaranteed data integrity and quality of the data, and how securely the data is delivered to our customers at low cost. This slide covers our business functions supported by our enterprise integrations shared services via IDMC platform to enable critical business transformations and transfer data at right first time. This is exactly our landscape covering all our domains, and some key integrations has been depicted starting from finance to sales, traffic, supply chain services, business intelligence covering all our financial reporting, information architecture with MDM implementation and enterprise data warehouse, along with multiple internal functions. We currently support 250 plus integrations across US, and we are expanding towards Mexico. In 2022, we supported 14 billion plus record processed via IDMC platform, via 57 million plus data and application in. Using the capabilities of the IDMC platform and the tech stack what we have in place, we are offering quite a number of services for our customers. You name the pattern, we would be running an integration on that particular pattern. Be it near real-time integration batch processing, gateway services for our routing purpose, which is supporting our supply chain integrations, common file handling services, supporting almost 20 plus integrations with the same pattern for file to file and file to table, audit balance and trials, supported for 18 months of data. We also built operations dashboard to support our stakeholders with right information about the integration at right time. Our service delivery excellence is always reviewed and governed to provide better services to our customers. Since the merger of Televisa and Univision, we had increase in 30% of the current workload, and we have evaluated or re-evaluated our capacity and increased it. Our integration evolution. The purpose of this slide is to show how our integration evolved within Televisa Univision in a decade. Before 2013, similar to all other organizations, we had a lot of point-to-point integrations, no architecture, standards, multiple platforms, no governance, etc. In 2015, we rationalized from 27 integration platforms to few. And most of them were built in Informatica Power Center and Enterprise Service Bus. In 2018, the Greater Initiative started the journey with Informatica IDMC platform. We were one of the early adopters of IDMC, and we could see the growth of our organization's integration evolution and also with Informatica. Modernize our technologies to enable capabilities and also to have a better architecture by moving to cloud was a foundational need for us. Informatica has been a great partner and being a foundational piece of our IT and helped us with the steady gains in scalability, cost, performance, and improved service delivery by 35%. It took almost 14 months to complete this journey to migrate 8,000 plus assets, and this was one of the best time for us to clean up our house by retiring some unwanted integrations and rationalizing them. Finally, we are here with a unified and optimized integration platform supporting simple, flexible, hybrid architecture with standardized service delivery. Why IDMC? As you know, IDMC sits at the center of all the moving data for our organization. These are some of the key integration features or services which we heavily rely on. First few talks about the architectures, cloud agnostic architecture. We are in the middle of a global IT modernization, and we don't have to worry about our application environment, be it Azure, Google, AWS, or even Oracle Cloud. Hybrid architecture. So right now the PC to the Power Center to cloud migration is complete. Now we are thinking to move towards serverless and elastic mappings. We like the fact that the secure agent can be anywhere closest to the affinity. Advanced pushdown optimization is one of the key use case for our financial reporting, and this helps to avoid a lot of egress charges as it uses data warehouse compute. Informatica also released an integration ops, an open cloud architecture, which is a platform independent orchestration through which you can execute jobs in a different cloud platform, integration cloud platform, and still keep the orchestration within IDMC. Unified integration platform is definitely a win, with both CAI and CDI covering the required use cases, and also it optimized our tech stack. Be it microservices architecture or simple reusable designs, IDMC definitely helps us to be creative in our own best way to represent the right architecture for our integrations and for our stakeholders. Both CI and CDI talks to each other seamlessly, and we have several integrations built combining these two integration patterns. Cloud Assurance Service, definitely this is one of the key feature which we rely on, which helps us to reduce the risk of disruptions between CDI and CI environments and helps us to run it at peak efficiency. Automated feature impact analysis, which definitely helps before any major upgrades. It helps us to know the impact. Simplified asset migrations across orgs, health assessment on all the agents, configuration management and monitoring is feasible through this assurance package. Real-time bulk data, event-driven orchestrations, even though these are common services for an integration platform, but definitely IDMC makes it much more easier to develop. Migration Factory, as we were one of the early adopters, this is one of the key factors we were leaning towards Informatica. There were multiple challenges, and definitely Informatica helped us to get through that. The success rate is definitely increased from 60 to 90% in the last 3 years. Our key selection criteria when we chose Informatica as a platform to go with was unified integration solution to help us reducing our tech stack and the tech teams who were supporting multiple different platforms reduced to one. Hybrid architecture support, lower TCO, and also the refactor cost. It is also one of the selection criteria was a single platform which can be expanded to have enterprise data management by performing data lineage, data quality, governance, MDM and governance, privacy, and marketplace. Apart from that, CLAR is definitely not mentioned here, but it sits across all the components and helps us with internal functions. But definitely looking forward for all the features showcased in Informatica World 2023 with respect to the Gen AI tools. Looking forward to it. Home of enterprise integrations. The purpose of this slide is to depict the current Televisa Univision Informatica architecture. The goal is to show you how everything is laid out from the application portfolio perspective to connecting to our secure agents, and in turn it connects to the Informatica org. This is a kind of framework or a blueprint which you can use it for any cloud architecture having 75% of data integration, 25% of application integration, including near real-time data streaming use cases. The data security or the connectivity happens through the secure agent always, and it's behind the firewall. Data processing occurs within our data center, and to ensure that we have the data security and not exposed to the external world. We have 5 secure agents divided into 3 data integration and 2 application integrations agents. This was designed based on the concurrency identified based on our business cases. We also recommend to have a common repository of logs, config files, source files, and target files, backups, archivals, etc. Highly recommend to decouple your business cases into runtime environments like the way we have divided the application and data integrations. and also identify the concurrency required for your near real-time and batch integrations. Our 70% of our applications are still on-premise, hence the secure agents are configured this way, but the future is different and we are ready for it. We recently migrated our on-premise data warehouse to Snowflake, which is completely a different ecosystem with CPU intensive jobs, and also we are expanding to our Mexico integrations at the same time. We have re-evaluated our capacity and increased it as needed to support our future. We also have Power Exchange, Informatica Power Exchange, to do our change data capture, which helps to move the data from the application, from financial application to Snowflake, and the BI reporting, 4 different hops, is taken care within less than 10 minutes. This slide showcases our new and upcoming journey. More than our journey, I will try to touch base how Informatica is playing a key role. We are in middle of an IT global modernization. This includes ERP consolidation, traffic consolidation, corporate HR application modernization, supply chain consolidation. But because we have built cloud agnostic and support hybrid architecture, the applications can go anywhere and we are there to support it. Because CAI and CDI is the integration hub, enterprise data warehouse modernization and business intelligence modernization were made easy, and we successfully completed this migration into cloud or the modernization this year. Next step is to slowly migrate the point-to-point integrations into the global enterprise integration hub, because that has been identified as a common integration platform for both US and Mexico operations. We also parallelly started evaluating the enterprise data strategy to move our data efficiently through master data, data lineage, cataloging, customer and product 360, and also evaluate enterprise data governance. This will definitely auto-enable us towards the predictive analytics to support our business with faster decision making and support advanced ad solutions, and be ready for our AI journey. Key benefits: support for hybrid architecture and moving away from discrete platform architecture was one of the key drivers of our modernization journey. Time to market, we have 250 plus integrations across 80 plus applications, and our customer onboarding time was always high due to multiple tech stacks, multiple teams involved. Looking out for specific skill set was always a challenge before IDMC. But now we were able to improve the service delivery by 35%. Integration platform TCO, this is always a key driver for any cloud modernization journey. And we reduced our footprint and maintenance overhead by 60% by removing the multiple vendors, patching, upgrades, activities, etc. We were able to reduce the operational integration cost by 44% by unifying the tech stack and also optimizing the integration patterns. Definitely the collaboration between Televisa Univision and Informatica is undoubtedly a key driver of our success, and it consistently works in a mutual beneficial way to enhance our standards and also the product features.
All right. So Parimal, thank you very much for the great presentation and sharing your insight with us on your overall journey and how you've been using Informatica. So really appreciate your time and taking your time and presenting to our viewers today. I think there's a lot to learn from your.
My pleasure.
Sure.
So we would like to have a quick fireside chat with you. I'll be asking you a few questions, and it'll be great if you can share something more in details, which our audience would be pretty keen about it, actually, to learn more from your use case and your overall journey specifically. So to start off with, okay, so can you tell us more about your overall data integration journey? Specifically, if you can deep dive on some of the use cases and the business benefits, that'll be great. Okay.
Absolutely. Yep. Let me dive right into the use cases and business benefits. So we have almost like 35 different integration patterns implemented or designed and implemented in Informatica in the last 2 to 3 years, with a concurrency of almost 135 jobs runs at a single point of time. Right? You name a pattern, definitely there will be some integration running in our integration domain. If I have to take an example of near real-time integration, our ERP system is pushing data to our Informatica Power Exchange, to IDMC, to Snowflake, and then to BI for our financial reporting integrations. With all the heavy business transformation, the data flows in multiple hops in less than 2 minutes, right? That's a huge win for our business, because we support a financial month-end close as well as the quarter close and year-end close. This is really helpful for them. And if I have to take an example on the AI side, we have implemented event-based architecture for our complete supply chain area, which covers almost like 20 plus integrations, right? Where we have gateway services, which is sending the data from the source application to 15 to 20 downstream applications in less than 15 seconds. And it does heavy transformations using canonical models, right? I would also like to touch base on one of our key use case, which is our file handling services. So we built something like a common file handling services. The beauty of this service is like any file-to-file integration or file-to-table integrations, right, are completely built on microservices architecture. What I mean by that is anything which is a file-based integration, we connect to the source system, download a file, decrypt it, transform, validate it, and push it to the downstream application, and also archive, file, purge. You name the task, what is involved in a file-to-file or file-to-table integration. Everything is taken care as part of microservices architecture. How did it help us is now if I have to onboard a integration which is file-to-file or file-to-table, it doesn't take me more than 2 days. The reason is because we have reduced every single development effort by 95%, which means I can onboard such type of integration in less than 2 days. Just a configuration, and most of the time spends on testing purpose. That's it. This definitely helped us be creative in our own way and improve our service efficiency by 35%.
Awesome. That's great, Perumal. This is great to hear your insights, and I'm sure a lot of the people who are listening to this webinar would definitely take key takeaways from here. So my next question is, you did touch upon AI part. So according to your experience and being working in these projects, what do you think are the prerequisite for building any AI ML use cases in general?
That's a brilliant question. And it's $1 million question, right? So in general, at least from my perspective, if you want to get started with an AI ML use case, you need to have people who are thinking about data within the organization. Once you have that in place, you need to build a data ecosystem. Because without a data-driven culture, almost any AI product is going to fail, right? Once you have these two in place, then the next thing would be to identify a business problem associated
to your enterprise strategy and vision. Because if an AI product is not being built to solve a problem and it doesn't have an ROI related to it, then we cannot just build something because there is a buzz going around it, right? So once you have identified a business problem, you will have to connect your AI use case towards the objectives and the goals and objectives to solve that business problem which you have identified. But more importantly, have a realistic view of AI capabilities. More importantly, you need to know the limitations of AI. We cannot just jump into the product just because it's available and it's not solving any problem, right? Focus on the use case where technology is proven and can be scaled easily. I believe these are some of the prerequisites which we need to keep it in mind before jumping into an AI ML use case. Just because we have a buzz around it, we cannot go towards that. That's my take.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this actually aligns with our point of view, which we covered earlier in the presentation, that AI needs data, and that's you touched upon. You hit the head on the nail that AI, data is the foundation, and you have to build a strong, solid data foundation. I couldn't agree more with you. My next question is, of course, we talked about like how important and critical it is to build a data ecosystem. When we talk to many of our customers who are in this journey, like you, we always hear that high quality, trusted and governed data or holistic data is one of the foundations, or sometimes can be a barrier as well for any AI ML projects to be successful. Do you agree with this? Any thoughts or insights on this part? Parimal, would like to hear from you.
Absolutely. I totally agree with you on this statement. And high quality, trusted, well-governed data is crucial for any development and deployments happens around AI and ML applications, right? And more importantly, data quality is a foundational element because if you look at it, the data accuracy and reliability of the data you feed into these systems can directly impact the way the predictions or the insights prepared or generated by these applications, right? So it is more important. And we follow several steps in ensuring that we follow several steps in measuring and ensuring that the best practices we follow, starting from data collecting a meaningful data, do the data standardization, data integration, validation, security. On top of everything, implement your own data governance framework and quality measures to ensure the data accuracy and reliability is feeding these insights into this AI application. So I believe I cannot more than agree towards what you said. Yeah.
Thanks, Parimal. I mean, yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, this is something which is a general pattern which we see whenever we talk to our clients, and it's a mandatory thing to have a high quality, governed and holistic data for any AML projects. Great. Thanks, Parimal, for your time and sharing your success story and also answering all the questions in the fireside chat. I think the last thing which you're talking about, it really aligns with our vision of Informatica in making data integration easy, efficient, and cost-effective for everyone and everywhere. That's our goal, and we are in the right direction, and looking forward to a successful implementation of many of your projects going forward. Thank you.
Thank you. And thanks for this opportunity. It's all the collaboration between Talabasa Univision and Informatica. It is growing stronger day by day. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay.
All right. So call to action, I would suggest all of you to scan the QR code to try out CLAIRE GPT, which is a generative AI solution for your data management needs. And so we'd definitely encourage you, which uses NLP features to build data pipelines. To try it in private preview right now, give your feedback. And we have also the CDI fee Paygo as well, which is a cloud data integration free service with transformations and other capabilities out here. And there are some additional resources for you. We have some Eckerson report on our autonomous data management capabilities, some good ebooks and blogs that will help you know more about data management for AI and AI for data management as well. All right, so thank you very much for attending this webinar. I hope it was useful to all of you. Feel free to reach out to me in my email address out here if you have any questions or you want to engage in any kind of projects which you're running right now. Thank you. You all have a good day. Bye-bye.